Good morning, students. I am Aliyə Pənahova, Senior Teacher of the Department of Foreign Languages. Today, we shall speak about the classification of tourism forms. But before we begin working at our text, I'd like you to revise passive voice, as the text we are going to read contains a lot of sentences with this construction. What is voice? Voice is the form a verb takes to indicate whether the subject of the verb performs the action or whether the subject receives the action. There are two types of voice: active voice and passive voice. Active voice indicates that the subject of the verb is acting. Here are some examples. Sentences in active voice show that the subject is doing the action. We buy food at the nearest shop. He often gives me flowers. Everybody discusses this film. So, you see, the action is done by the subject. We, he, everybody are the subjects of these sentences. So, and they are active because they do these actions. And now let's see what is passive voice. What passive voice is, what it denotes. In a passive voice sentence, the subject and object flip-flop, change their places, flip-flop. The subject becomes the passive recipient of the action. How we form the passive voice form of the verb in present simple? To form the passive voice, we must use the verb to be in its present forms, present simple forms. Am, is, are. And the participle to form of the notion verb, of the verb which denotes the action. The verb to be will denote the tense of the sentence, but the notion verb will always will be used in participle to form. Am, is, are the forms of the verb to be in present simple and participle to. Here are the examples. We buy food in the shop. We is the subject, food is the object. Now, in the passive sentence, they will flip-flop, or they will change their places. Food is bought in the shop, and you may say by us, or we may not use these words at all. He often gives me flowers. Me becomes I because it is the subject, and subject must be in common case. I am often given flowers. So we revised the grammar material. Passive voice in present simple. Please repeat these rules at home individually. And now we shall take the vocabulary of the text we are going to read. Now please listen to the words and try to pronounce them correctly and to remember their meanings. To be distinguished. Tourist route. Pedestrian. Raft. According to or due to. It's the same meaning. Amateur. Engage in tourist activities. Activate cognitive interest. Service consumers. Well, read the words several times, please. Let's read these words again. These are the same words, the same vocabulary, but their meaning is given in Russian. Be distinguished. Tourist route. Pedestrian. Raft. According to. Due to. Amateur. Engage in tourist activities. Activate cognitive interest. Service consumers. Learn the words, please. At our previous lesson, we classified tourism types according to the purpose of tourism and nationality of tourism. And now we'll speak of form of tourism according to the nature of the tourist route. So, nature of the tourist route, it means in what way will you travel, how will you travel, so on. Let's see. The forms of tourism activity are distinguished by the nature of the tourist route. Pedestrian, ski, mountain, water, rafts, rowing boats, water motor, bicycle, automotor, spello, sailing, equestrian, ski, combined. Now look at the underlined words. What does it mean? Are distinguished. What grammar construction is it? Are, the verb to be, and distinguished, participle to of the verb to distinguish. So this is passive voice. We'll read the text further and please underline all the cases when you see passive voice. According to the organizational basis, tourism is divided into organized and unorganized. Organized tourism, according to forms of organization, is divided into planned, voucher, and amateur. In the planned tourism, tourist services are provided by certain organizations, tourist firms, and individuals who have the right to engage in tourist activities. In a certain manner for vouchers. Just read the text and try to understand its meaning. Don't forget to underline the passive voice construction, the verb in the passive voice. Another form of tourism is family tourism. Family tourism today has become common due to the opening of opportunities to meet the needs of a large part of the market of service consumers, family people. In the system of family tourism, there are programs for wedding tours, tours for the newlyweds, weekend rest with the whole family, medical and recreational family programs. These types of tourist services may include gourmet tours for those who want to lose weight. Now look at the words and phrases given here. Wedding tours. To meet the needs. Gourmet tours. To lose weight. So you will do this exercise independently by yourselves. And now please listen to the dialogue and then listen to it at home again several times, and try to reproduce it.
Hello, could you help me with vacation plans?
Do you know where you will be traveling?
I am open to suggestions at this point.
Are you wanting to travel to a tropical climate, or would you like to go somewhere with a cooler climate?
I'd like to travel to a cooler destination.
I can give you some brochures that could give you some ideas.
I will look at them right now.
How much money is in your budget for this trip?
I think that I can spend about $200 a day.
Take your time choosing a destination, and when you've narrowed it down, I'll be happy to help you make a reservation.
So, and these are your tasks, what you will do for the next lesson. Just read the text about the different tourism forms again, learn the words, the phrases of the text, and speak about different tourism forms. Prepare a presentation on the different forms of tourism. You may do several presentations on several kinds of forms, or you may just do one. But at least one presentation you must do obligatory. And continue your listening practice. Listen to the dialogue 0502, making a hotel reservation, and be ready to reproduce it. And that's all for today, my dear students. Thank you. Goodbye. Stay at home.